On to game 2 of the series. Antilles got smashed pretty bad in game 1. What was the victory point count? I don't remember. 400 something. 420 something? 421, I think. So, Ferwiner will have to survive for longer than 421 VPs if he wants faction selection in game 3. Should be doable, I think. On Minsk Pocket, he's counterpicked Antilles U.S. forces with Oberkommando West. He's got Spec Ops, Breakthrough, and Luftwaffe ground forces to Antilles Airborne Rifle Infantry, and I'm sure Antilles will go infantry. I would be amazed if Antilles went anything other than infantry on this map. He goes infantry even on short-range maps. So on Minsk Pocket, it certainly makes sense to do. Throwing some barbed wire here on this cover. Sturm piles may encounter him, though. Looks like they're going to, coming up the hill. Rear echelons will probably be forced to retreat here. Sturm piles leave the capture circle to continue chasing. Rear echelons are going to try and get into a building, but I think they should just retreat. There they go. Sturm piles backpedal to take control of the munitions. Rear echelons forced off the battlefield. SWS hovering over here. We might be looking at tier 3 in this general area for the repair depot. Volksgrenadiers moving to take control of the munitions next. A second squad of Volksgrenadiers grabbing the VP. Sturm piles need to jump into green cover against those riflemen. They drop a model before they can make it. They're not really in green cover. I'm surprised Antilles backpedaled from that engagement. He probably could have kept shooting at them. They're still not in green cover. Fallen to about half. Not a good engagement against those riflemen, which have barely sustained any damage. Riflemen moving to engage against these Volksgrenadiers here in the center.
Someone get us out of here! Getting closer! Squad, get ready!
Riflemen engaging against these Volksgrenadiers as well. Volksgrenadiers might be able to win that eventually. They have pretty long-range engagement. Sturm piles go back in on this rifle squad. They should retreat. They'll be fine. And Antilles has pretty good fuel control. Pretty good opening for fuel for Antilles. He's going to be able to harass this sector a little bit. Only one of his squads so far has been forced to retreat. His double rear echelon opening leaves him a little weak as usual in the early game. But it does give him some nice capping power. Getting control of the left side, sending all of his riflemen to fight here in the beginning. There's the retreat from that Sturm Pio squad, but Ferwiner will get back control of this sector from those riflemen, forcing that retreat. With a 4 Volksgrenadier opening before teching. And I suspect he'll probably tech next unless he goes 5 Volksgrenadiers, which would be kind of a lot. Yep, there it goes. I'm expecting maybe tier 3? I don't know. I can't tell based on its positioning. If he's driving it towards the middle, maybe tier 2. I guess we'll find out. This Volksgrenadier, or this squad is going to lose against 2 squads of Volksgrenadiers, I think. There's, okay, tier 2. Interesting placement. Seems a little vulnerable right there, but could be okay. He also placed it without really any vision of anything over here. Actually, that's not true. He's got Volksgrenadiers right there. So he probably knows his opponent's not going to be able to stop that from constructing. The only serious threat is this rear echelon troop squad, which he had vision of, and he knows that they're busy capping, so they're not going to just randomly charge his truck and kill it. Should be pretty safe construction. Should be fine. Volksgrenadiers gonna lose that eventually, just trying to stall on the fuel, but they're not in the capture circle, so this doesn't really accomplish anything unless he can bleed a few rifle models. Support's arriving to try and maybe help turn this engagement, but it's definitely lost. There's the battle group completed. Volksgrenadiers being shot at by riflemen, harassing over here on the right side. Rear echelon troops moving to work that flank. Sturm piles have been reinforced and will be able to protect this fuel. And these 2 squads of Volksgrenadiers should probably get out of there. There's a 3rd rifle squad arriving to support in this. They need to get out. And there they go. No forward retreat point unlocked yet. That might be his next purchase. He just chose Luftwaffe ground forces and fields an MG-34, so he's gonna wait on the forward retreat point for now. Victory point still pretty much dead even. Antilles ahead only by about 10 right now.
Contact! Small arms fire!
MG-34 heading left to push away those rear echelon troops.
Taking small arms fire!
The enemy has cut our supply chain. The resource sector has been isolated.
Rifle blob making its way down the center, forces a retreat from those stern piles. There's the first Panzerschreck. First Panzerschreck for Ferwiner. I'm expecting Antilles to go Stewart again. He hasn't locked in infantry company yet, but I assume he's probably going to go infantry company.
Ready for deployment.
MG-34 gets this point recaptured. He's up to 300 manpower.
Heavy machine gun trooper ready for
Nope,
action.
still no forward retreat point. Goes with another machine gun. So 4 Volksgrenadiers, 2 MG-34s. Try and start shutting down some of these rifle pushes. Volksgrenadiers should maybe be able to push those riflemen off the point before they get it captured. He's just going to charge into medium range because he can probably win that engagement in medium range easily enough. There they go. Rear echelon troops peeking the battle group a little bit. Captain's going to move up and start damaging the truck directly, but he's definitely not going to be able to stick around to actually destroy that.
Battle promotion! Ready for deployment!
Supply hub truck is in action. Standing by for setting of command.
Grenade toss on that rifle clump. Antilles does not react. Oh, that was a good grenade. Both squads forced to retreat. Captain repositions slightly to start damaging the truck, and this machine gun's just staring at the truck instead of repositioning to push him away. Antilles still has a triple cap going. One squad of Volksgrenadiers moves right to maybe slow things down, get this victory or munitions point. Yeah, only 2 of those models even have rifles left. It's going to take forever to kill those rear echelon troops, especially on the move, but he's going to try and prevent any further harassment by that squad. MG-34 here sets up on the central fuel, and this one repositions slightly to push away that captain. Volksgrenadiers move to reinforce and heal by the battle group, which still has no forward retreat point unlocked.
Under attack! Steno, keep shooting! Grenadiers ready! Ready! Men, eyes up! Gruppe Volksgrenadiers back to full strength. Infantry attacking!
Stern Pios take control, or start repairing the battle group again right here, and these 3 Volksgrenadiers sufficient enough threat to force away the remainder of Antilles' forces in the center and get that victory point recaptured. The rear echelons retreated from the right side. Volksgrenadiers are going to grab this munitions before doing some back capping, I assume. Stewart is in production.
Send your orders!
No Rakettenwerfer on the field yet, just 1 Panzerschreck, and no forward retreat point unlocked either. I'm not sure if he even intends to get one at this point, because I feel like he would have by now. Or at least he's saving it until the very late game.
Point secured!
He's up to 120 fuel. He might go Jagdpanzer to counter the Stewart.
Orders
He's getting an infantry support gun, though. Interesting choice. Wants more suppression, in addition to his 2 machine guns. This one's set up for the left side push. Should be able to shut down everything approaching right there. Rear echelon's tanking it. Get forced away first. Rifleman will probably be next. Meanwhile, defensive stance riflemen will force at least some repositioning from some Volksgrenadiers over here. No sandbag cover constructed by these Volksgrenadiers means they're a little bit vulnerable to those defensive stance riflemen. MG-34 forces a retreat from that squad. Captain and Stewart moving up to push that machine gun into retreating. Full squad of Volksgrenadiers just got wiped by something. I don't even know what killed them. Here in the middle, I think. Which will prompt Ferwiner to cancel his infantry support gun. Not sure what he's going to get next instead. Could go Jagdpanzer. Doesn't have any Panzerschrecks available to kill that Stewart. He's kind of just a sitting duck for right now. Stewart is shooting at these Volksgrenadiers, trying to inflict manpower bleeds, not doing anything too serious yet, and Jagdpanzer is in production to push that Stewart off of his battle group headquarters.
The troops await your command.
Panzerschreck is about to complete on this squad as well. This Panzerschreck squad has taken the VP, but munitions is getting taken again. Needs to try and get there to assist in this engagement. Needs that Panzerschreck for the Stuart. Finally, might be able to push that Stuart away a little bit. Bazookas firing on the battle group, plus defensive stance riflemen suppressing all these Volksgrenadiers. That squad has to retreat. Looks like it's not going to get wiped, nothing focus firing it. There's another shot on the Stuart, so it has to pull back for repairs. Wait, that squad did get wiped. By what? I don't even know how that died. Something killed it. Guess a long shot from those riflemen. Panzerschreck shot misses the Stuart. Stern pilots will probably get suppressed soon. Grenade forces one retreat. Stuart is doing so much bleed, it's up to 12 kills. Jagdpanzer's on the field. At least his 2 Panzerschreck squads are still alive. He needs to replace some losses, though.
Our resource sector has been cut off from our supply chain.
Infantry attacking in force!
He definitely needed to prepare better for that Stuart. It just killed so much stuff. Which leaves him with a pretty small infantry corps. He's got a Jagdpanzer to keep back the Stuart, but he just doesn't have anything that can keep back 4 squads of LMG-equipped riflemen, not to mention his opponent's superior capping power and the double rear echelon troops, which are now going to move to take control of probably both flanks for the entire rest of the game if he doesn't get those wiped somehow. It's also going to be quite a while before he ever has any other form of tech, since he just dropped all of his fuel reserves on this Jagdpanzer. He's going to be spending the rest of his manpower this game on probably further Volksgrenadiers, reinforcement, maybe a squad of Fallschirmjäger. Fallschirmjäger would help, especially if they get a frangible grenade, but against this many LMGs, they're going to be very vulnerable to getting laser beamed down. So he's going to have to use cover very intelligently and try and work the flanks with that elite infantry squad. Maybe trying to whittle down Antilles' manpower a little bit. There's the major for Antilles. He's probably going to transition to Sherman, get an AT gun out at some point. He needs some sort of infantry-based anti-tank to kill that Jagdpanzer. Obviously, the Stuart can't kill it. That squad needs to retreat. MG-34 firing on these riflemen here on the left side. Here comes another push to try and take out the battle group headquarters. Stern pilots need to reposition a little bit. I don't know if the Jagdpanzer can squeeze through this gap. I think so. It's going to take a while, though. I certainly hope he doesn't go around behind and expose his rear armor to riflemen and take engine damage. That could be bad. Oh, he needs to do something about this. Well, here he goes. And he sees the rifle squad and changes his mind. I think he might lose this battle group just to a captain. MG is taking forever to suppress anything. Sternpile is trying to repair. The Jagdpanzer does go deep and expose its rear armor, but fortunately the rifle grenade does not penetrate, I guess. I can't tell exactly what happened. Looks like it's going to be fine. MG does suppress these 2 squads, so the battle group will probably survive this push, but his fuel is getting taken. Riflemen on this flank as well. 2 more Volksgrenadier squads moving up to try and support. That thing is so close to going down. Antilles is forced to retreat with these 2 squads, and the Stuart is disengaging. Grenades being tossed in this engagement to try and force some retreats, but he's falling dangerously low. Fortunately, I don't think that Minesweeper squad is going to wipe anything. Infantry support gun is on the field now. Just dropped a lot of manpower on that over a squad of Fallschirmjäger, interestingly enough. That Volksgrenadier squad will die to this Minesweeper squad if nothing comes to support. I don't know what he's thinking here. Please don't lose your 1 Vet 3 Panzerschreck squad to a Minesweeper in an extremely slow and painful to watch engagement. Okay, I don't even know what that Minesweeper's doing. There's the retreat. Wow. That was probably like the latest retreat I've ever seen. Oh, Minesweeper moved in to close range to drop time on target artillery on this battle group. That could be a dead battle group. I think so. Especially with that Stuart supplementing the damage a little bit. Here it comes. Wow, are you serious? Oh no, he just retreated the Sturms. Well, yeah, it's definitely dead then. Bazooka finishes it off, plus there's an AT gun here in the middle as well. Ooh,
A mobile command vehicle has been
nice hit from the infantry support gun. In all, at least, the only upside of that is that he didn't unlock a forward retreat point on it, so that's not 500 manpower lost. And he's already got all the units out of it that he was planning to get out of it. He's already built the Jagdpanzer and infantry support gun. So, if you can consider anything a silver lining, that's probably what it is. But Ferwiner is rapidly losing map control and victory points. He's only got 200 left. Antilles still has 482 left in the bank. Infantry support gun is trying to suppress and force retreats on some rifle squads. It has cleared the AT gun. It's off to an okay start, but this is going to be a very difficult game to recover, if it's possible to recover at all. And Antilles still has faction selection with a very healthy amount of VPs.
Crew, ready!
Nice hits from the infantry support gun though, so far. Definitely helped punish these defensive stance riflemen.
Incoming fire!
As long as Ferwiner can continue to maintain vision.
Enemy movement! On the
I wonder what he's going to do with his next SWS. He might just go tier 2 again. Try and keep that retreat point alive a little better this time. He's not got very much. Well, he's got an okay protection against that Sherman, I guess. Sherman just completed for Antilles. He's got a Jagdpanzer and 2 Panzer Schreks. You can keep it at bay with that, as long as it doesn't get any really lucky hits with HE shells. Should be a manageable threat. I don't know what these Volksgrenadiers are doing here in the middle, though. They're just asking for it. I guess he just feels that he absolutely has to get this victory point captured. Sturmpiles move up into close range on some LMG riflemen over here. We'll force that retreat. Might consider salvaging this. Little extra fuel. Jagdpanzer sees the Sherman as it advances. It's already got HE shells equipped, so it's not going to do anything against that Jagd. AT gun moving up. Captain and rifleman moving up. There's not that much to defend right now. Just an infantry support gun that needs to get a miracle hit for suppression. Sturmpower should not charge that rifle squad. They should have stayed behind their bush. What are they doing? There's the retreat. Machine guns on the way.
Enemy infantry! Keep down!
Squad back to full strength. Let's cover as you
Rear echelons have harassed everything on the right, including these 2 strategic points. Riflemen taking control of this will cut off the fuel. Volksgrenadiers moving to try and counter that. Sturmpiles need some reinforcement. Infantry support gun continues to just try and hope for some miracle hits. That might be a wipe. Yep, there they go. That's something, I guess. Recon pass from the Major to try and give a little bit of vision. He probably spotted most of what his opponent has. Just trying to set up a containment right now on both cutoffs. He's got a pretty solid hold on those LMG riflemen. Ferwiner will have to dedicate at least two or maybe even 3 squads to just unseat 1 defensive stance vet 3 riflemen with double LMGs. Unless he gets a really lucky hit with the infantry support gun or like a grenade or something. Just spawned Fallschirmjäger on the northwest victory point to try and get it ticking in his favor. Tosses a grenade on that squad. Antilles will dodge. Easily enough. Volksgrenadiers getting control of the right side cutoff back until he retreats that from this engagement, but he continues to just have total map control. His decision to spawn Fallschirmjäger out of that building could very well cost him 440 manpower just to briefly stop a triple cap and end in that Fallschirmjäger squad dying to a Stuart chasing it on a very long retreat path, plus a Sherman in the retreat path down here. That's definitely dead. MG-34 cleared right there. There's a priest for Antilles bombarding in the center. Trying to put pressure on the infantry support gun, I guess. Bolshevik did get wiped, so that's so much manpower lost for almost no gain.
Capture complete. No enemy activity. Grenadiers back to strength.
Trooper, prepare for orders.
75 points remaining. Tactical adjustments need to be made.
Ready! Into march! Protect the flank!
Stern Pioneers trying to engage here in the middle. That squad has to retreat, and they're wiped. Time on target artillery being dropped in this general area. Grenade being tossed on that rifle squad, but clearly I don't think Ferwiner can come back from this situation. The triple cap keeps going against him. 42 points left, ticking very quickly. He's not penetrating any front. Bleeding hard.
The enemy has cut our supply chain. The resource sector has been
And that's
isolated.
probably the game.
Incoming Sherman panzer fire!
We have bullet to
And there it is, GG. Well played by Ferwiner, and that means, or by Antilles, and that means that Antilles will have faction selection during Game 3.